Okay, my name is Dale Eckhart. I've been here for 34 years, and I'm a worker in the custom shop. And right now I do all the D18 and D28 authentics. I construct all the bodies. Well, when I graduated from high school, I was looking for a job, and the one foreman that worked here and that lived behind my mom and dad, and I asked him if they were hiring, and he said yes, so I came in and filled out an application, and I was hired in August of 1973. So that's how I came to work here. And I've been here ever since.
I've been told by somebody here that you've done practically every job in the plant.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can basically build a guitar from start to finish. Mm-hmm.
How long have you been working in the custom shop?
About a year now. About a year, yeah.
Well, I'm Chris Eckhart. I've worked in the custom shop now for a little over a year. Custom shop setup technician. And I've been working here for about 12 years now. How I got my position. When I first started, I actually started making strings, which was kind of a boring job, but I don't know, it was cool to get into here and just start to be a part of what goes on in the plant, because I didn't really expect to get as far as I have in about 12 years. I saw an older fellow start stringing up guitars all day, and kind of thought to myself, that's really what I wanted to do. So job position came open, and that was about 10 years ago, and I applied for it and kind of got it. And I don't know, just been trying to do my best with keeping up with any little techniques, inside and outside of here. It's pretty amazing, like, what some of these guitars go for, because I'm surprised for how much they're worth, but I mean, they're amazing pieces. What's cool about my position right now is I get to hear these things before anybody else does, and they're just, some of them are like cannons right off the bat, and sometimes some don't sound as, like they project as well, or the tone's not totally there right away, but that's up to the person that's going to be buying the instrument, because when you're going around shopping around, you're finding the one that really, like, it's fine-tuned to you, and then from there it just grows with you in that respect, but it's cool to get that first playing time on it before anybody else. It is cool in that respect.
Okay, hi, my name is Milton Hess. I'm a repair technician here at the Martin Company. I've been here almost 38 years. My father started here back in 1952, and he worked until he retired. For about 38 years he worked here. So I started in 1970. I've been here ever since. I started on the line building bodies as a craftsman when I first started. And about 12 or 13 years later, I began doing repair work, and I've been doing repair work ever since. I'm married, and I have sons, and both my sons work here. They've been here quite a few years already as time flies by. I also have a daughter-in-law that works here. I have a cousin that works here. My brother worked here at one time in the original sawmill. So they have quite a few family ties here.
Name is Heath Huff. I've been with the company for 13 years. Job title is Wood Utilization Assistant, and I make sure all the wood is being used to its proper capabilities. Run inventory numbers for Mexico for the wood shipments. Keep inventory control of the items that are in the cage, Brazilian rosewood and high flame koa, Adirondack spruce, Italian alpine spruce, some other oddball species. and high dollar value items. The reason I started working at Martin Guitar is my mother was the customer service manager here, and now she's head of visitors relations, and she's been here probably going on 19 years roughly, something like that. And I also have a lot of other family here, cousins and aunts and uncles. So keep it in the family, I guess.
Well, my name is Tracy Cox. I'm recently hired here at Martin Guitar to do custom inlay work for the custom shop. And what we do is people will call and request particular designs or ideas, and then we will do the design and all the work. We cut the pearl inlay work and do everything pretty much from start to finish right here. And right now we're working on a one-off guitar for Mrs. T's pierogies, and we have to actually cut all these eensy-weensy little pierogies and make them look like pierogies, so that way for position markers we'll use those for the inlay. And all I do is I start with gluing the paper patterns to the mother of pearl pieces, and it's pretty basic. Rubber cement, glue the patterns, and then with enough magnification and the saw, a jeweler's saw, you can cut your patterns and you sort of jigsaw puzzle them together, and then it's just routering the inlay pieces to fit the fingerboards. Here's one here that we've started for another one-off guitar. This is a Chechen fingerboard, and we're going to do like a turquoise inlay for like a Southwest theme. And so you just take the pieces, which we have cut, you scribe them onto the fingerboard, and then you just go ahead and you cut and make them fit, and you router them, epoxy them in place. Once they're epoxied in place, it's just the finished prep work. You sand it and radius the fingerboard, and you're pretty much, that's it. For as beautiful a kind of work as it is, there's really not a lot of fancy work involved. It's all pretty much hands-on, at least the one of a custom stuff. You know, there's some pretty high-end CNC machining and stuff, but obviously I have a saw, so we don't do that right here. But that's pretty much the gist of it. And like I said, you know, we just do all the, you know, custom order. People want a particular design or their name or something, and we just go ahead and do it. So now we're doing pierogies. I started doing the guitar inlay thing because I've always had the passion for instruments, and being artistically inclined for a long time. Somewhere along the line, I heard of a fellow in an area where I lived who was doing the pearl inlay work, and I said, you know what, maybe I can do the guitar enthusiast thing as well as the artistic thing. So we went ahead and he taught me everything I know, and that's, from that point on, there was no turning back. It was pearl inlay. You know, it's pretty great stuff.
One of the driving forces for me and what I try and communicate with my colleagues is that we were very fortunate in that my great-great-great-grandfather, C.F. Martin Sr., decided to build great guitars. And he decided to build great guitars every time he built a guitar. I've had the opportunity here in our collection and also in my travels to get a very close, hands-on look at what he did. And the craftsmanship is impeccable. I don't think anybody else could have made a better guitar, and I'm pretty confident that nobody else could have made a better guitar as consistently as he did. He achieved a very high form of his craft, and that's the standard. You know, really all we can do is try and maintain that standard. It's difficult to go beyond that because he came very close to perfection. We can lose it, and if you lose it, you know, I don't know if you ever get it back. What we do today is we do it more. We make more great guitars than he did because the demand has grown and the guitar is popular worldwide. And you know, what a remarkable thing that the guitar, which came out of Mesopotamia, is still popular, and in fact, it is the most popular musical instrument in the world today. You know, one of my running jokes is, and no offense, thank goodness I was not born into the world's most famous accordion making family. We would be having a different conversation in a much smaller facility. I think my colleagues who work here find it very inspirational to be able to say to themselves and to anybody that asks, I work for a company that makes the best of its kind. I don't work for a company that's making a commodity. I don't work for a company that's making a copy of somebody else's thing that's really good. I work for a company that makes something that is world-renowned as the best example of that thing on earth.